Hello everyone, this is Gentle Ben, and I took some time out and thought, you know what, I'm going to try and make an SSTO, and it's going to be a small one. So I kind of just started messing about a bit. That was attempt number one, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to need some control surfaces. Yeah, I just kind of threw it together and was like, let's see what I can do. Call it mini SSTO. I was like, control surfaces, take some oxidizer out, stick on a shock cone instead on the front, and yeah, just kind of just launch it and see what happens. I figured, it's not quite right. I need solar panels. So I put solar panels on, and I figured, you know what, when I'm coming down I might want some air brakes on the back. So yeah, this was the next attempt, and I was like, you know what, this is good, this is going to be alright. My electricity's not draining, I'm just getting through my liquid fuel. Maybe this is gonna work. Maybe, just maybe. I've really struggled in the past building SSTOs. I've never really got far enough through the career ladder to justify needing to build them. But I was kind of like, you know what, I'm doing my career mode just now with Interstellar Quest. I thought, if I can work out how to build an SSTO in sandbox mode, I'll be able to take that over with me, find out what I need to develop, what research I need to do, and that'd be great. I could then use that. So this is, let's go again, a little bit more oxidizer out, just trying to optimize how much we have so I'm not taking loads extra up into orbit with me. Because of course, every bit that you take up, you've got to have the fuel to take up, which is the rocket designer's paradox, I suppose, or paradox, or more frustration rather than a paradox. So yeah, the engine's overheating a bit. I'm not sure if the air brakes are making that worse, but I was like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's get up, switch the mode over. And this is kind of the best one so far. Each one's better than the last. Well, this is the first one that I've really tried to take all the way. Yeah, I mean, that was not actually too bad as a launch. If it's going to get me out of the atmosphere, that's good. And then all I need to do is circularize. I'd say that's pretty close to being an SSTO. So I was like, right, let's throttle up. And yeah, then I ran out of oxidizer. So it was close. I could probably do better with just a better ascent profile, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick some RCS on this, and that'll just give me that little bit extra to nudge me up when I'm at altitude. So here we go, let's take it off again. I've got my RCS control, should be fine. Of course, I think a lot of the last flight came down to ascent profile efficiencies or inefficiencies. So I'm going up, finding my engine's getting way too hot, so I've got to throttle it right back. Yeah, just trying to get my head around how this works. I'm trying to use the Rapier engine just to cut down on total mass, because I don't want to be bringing up two different styles of engine. If I can avoid taking up an air breathing and a proper full power engine, that would be great, because I think it's going to be a while before I unlock nuclear powered engines, and the sooner I can get an SSTO the better. Of course, it might also be a while until I unlock Rapiers. So here we go, using the RCS to give me a little extra boost. So this is looking similar to how it looked last time. So it's like, right, line it up, closed cycle mode. We get positive altitude. Use my RCS and didn't have enough RCS. So I was like, you know what? Okay, we can solve this. We can put RCS in. Extra fuel. Extra win. So of course this has slightly changed the centre of balance of the aircraft, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Of course this has also added a little bit more weight, and that's the real problem here. So I did find that I was struggling to get quite the same amount of fuel left over as I did on the previous ascents. They're still working fine though. That's it. I mean, if each time I go back I'm putting a little bit more efficiencies in, getting a little bit better, that'll be grand. So of course worried about the temperature coming up, trying to get the altitude just right. Of course as soon as it switches over mode, that's no problem anymore. So yeah, just gliding up, going ballistic until I get out of the atmosphere and up to my apoapsis. And then I can try circularizing. The only thing I noticed is I have no liquid fuel left. I've got a bit of oxidizer, but no liquid fuel. So I'm having to try doing this circularization just using the RCS, but there's really not enough in there. I mean, there might be enough fuel in there, but I don't have long enough to use it all, so that's either more thrusters needed or more liquid fuel needed. So I put on these detachment manifolds, not because I'm going to use them as detachment manifolds, just because I feel it looks a bit nicer. So here we go, with the extra liquid fuel. Of course I'm starting to get to the feeling now that I'm just going to have to keep adding more fuel, and that's really not what I'm going for here. I'm going for a nice little SSTO. Ideally I could put a probe body on it to take tourists up, or I don't know, if I get a space station built in orbit, I could use this as a crew transfer device. Just, you know, something to take Kerbals up, potter around in, get science data from orbit, whatever you like. Even just as a nice quick way of getting around the planet. Launch it up into orbit and then bring it down where I want it. So here we go, it switched over stages to the closed cycle method of burning fuel. Glide up to a point where I'm out of the atmosphere, to apoapse, and then I can circularize again. This was a bit of a flatter profile than the previous ones. I don't know if that's better, worse, I don't know. But yeah, then perform my circularization. And yeah, that's kinda worked. Oh well, that was my attempt at an SSTO. The video footage cut out here, but thanks very much for watching. I'm going to try and make this a bit more efficient and try and start using it in my career mode. This has been Gentle Ben. Goodbye.